Hi there, welcome to my channel. I recently received an email from one of my channel members asking me about the third eye, clairvoyance and intuition, and how I personally understand the difference between them. I thought it might be useful to share my response here for anyone else who's wondering about this stuff. For me, one of the biggest things with all of this is learning to separate what's actually coming through from what's simply coming from the mind. That's something I've actually been working on myself over the last few months. With the third eye, when I'm intentionally trying to tap into it, I usually close my eyes, do my breathing exercises and focus on that spot between your eyebrows. I was taught to visualize it as a violet-purple color. Sometimes you might notice that color changing in intensity, size, or even color. You can also experience things like buzzing or tingling sensations when you're focusing on that area. The third eye is traditionally associated with the pineal gland, which is an actual physical gland in the brain, although the spiritual idea of the third eye goes beyond the physical gland itself. Clairvoyance for me is more about receiving something visually. It might be an image, a symbol, a scene, or something that just seems to appear in your mind. Sometimes I'll call that a download, although I can use that same word when talking about intuition as well. Intuition is more of a knowing. Something comes in and you just know it, even though you might not be able to explain where that knowing came from. But I think the hardest part is learning to separate all those things from the mind. The mind wants to jump in, analyze, question, and create its own story about what you're receiving. Here's a little exercise you can try. Pull a tarot card each day. Before looking up the meaning of the card, write down what you think is coming from your clairvoyance, what you feel is coming from your intuition, and what you think might be coming from your mind, and your overall feeling about the card. Keep doing that over time and you'll start seeing patterns. You'll begin to recognize when your mind tends to jump in. And eventually you can learn to acknowledge that part of yourself and say, look, I appreciate that, but I'm going to put you aside for a moment. Then give the other stuff some space to come through. It takes practice and it's something I'm still working on myself too, but I hope this is helpful. Blessed be, have a great day. Catch you next time. Bye.